Okay, this is Dr. Williamson helping you guys work on the buffer capacity problem. Let's say I have 25 milliliters of my buffer solution, and I drip in 18 drops of hydrochloric acid, 1 molar hydrochloric acid in my 25 mils of buffer. And that's when it changes 1 pH unit, right? So it takes 18 drops of 1 molar hydrochloric acid to change 25 mils of my buffer solution by 1 pH unit. What is the buffer capacity, right? So here's what I do. Now I'm using made up numbers here. I take my eyedropper. This is my schematic of the eyedropper. And I drip it into my 10 mil graduated cylinder and pretend it takes me 28 drops to reach 2 milliliters of solution. I'm not saying that's what you should have. I'm just saying I made that up. That means 28 drops is 2 milliliters. That means 14 drops is 1 milliliter. Okay. So then I take my 18 drops for 25 mils. And if I do this, 18 drops and 14 drops is 1 milliliter. That means that my 18 drops for 25 mils, right, was really 1.28 milliliters of the hydrochloric acid solution for my 25 mils of buffer, right? This is my right hydrochloric acid solution that I dripped in, which is 0.00128 liters. Well, since we know it's 1 molar hydrochloric acid solution, I take 0.0128 liters times 1 mole per liter. This right here is moles, poorly written, moles of HCl. Okay, let me rewrite that. HCl per liter. That means it's 0.00128 moles. 0.00128 moles of HCl to change my 25 mils of buffer by 1 pH unit. The buffer capacity, I'll call it cap, is how many moles it takes to do 1 liter or 1,000 milliliters. So if I take this and I solve for cap capacity by just multiplying both sides by 1,000, 1,000 times this divided by 25, that'll be the buffer, that'll be the capacity, the buffer capacity for acid for that particular buffer. I would do the exact same thing with with equivalent numbers. for the base, but that's how you calculate the capacity using sample numbers for the capacity of my buffer for an acid. You do the similar thing for the buffer capacity for a base, the exact same thing, just use the numbers that you got here. Again, these are sample numbers or illustration numbers. I'm not saying it'll take 28 drops to reach 2 mils. I'm not saying it'll take 18 drops to change the pH unit to change the buffer by 1 pH unit, but you guys get the idea. Okay, then I hope that helps.